were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is November 7th, 2023. I am Drew.
I'm Tara.
What was that? Were you not ready at all?
What?
I said I'm Drew.
I
and then,
literally did it instantly.
oh my God, it is so bad. It's so delayed. Are you running through Wi-Fi or just your phone? I sat here, Tara, for 5
Wi-Fi.
seconds. And is she paying attention? Is she paying attention at
I
all?
was.
That's your Wi-Fi?
I
Your
was.
Wi-Fi sucks. Or it could, I guess, be the Wi-Fi
Your
here. 'cause I'm
Wi-Fi
not-
sucks. You're at mom and dad's.
I know. I know. This is going to be bad. This is going to be brutal, guys. This is America's number
This
one
is gonna be a
shitty-ass
30-minute
fucking
pod.
podcast. Worst podcast in America. Top-notch pod. Number one butthole buffoonery. Sports and entertainment podcast. This is MELLONfights. MELLONfights.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, my God.
Drew's about to get so pissed at
I can't,
me.
Tara, it's
when
on. We
not
can't
my
even
fault.
do it like this. You have no. I waited 10 seconds before you responded. Tell me when I just said it now.
What do you mean you said it?
Just exactly that. When I say now,
You
you
have
say
to do
now.
something-
When I say now, you say now.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. Now.
That's a gap. Am I choppy on your end?
I know. I'm only at... No. But I'm only 95 on my end.
95 what?
I don't know. Drew. 95%. 97%.
Your Wi-Fi's tough.
95%.
Can we try to not use Wi-Fi? Tara, it might be faster to use your phone's thing.
I don't think it will, but I'll do
Let's
it.
give it a try. Because this is... Now we might be caught up. I don't know. No, you're just freezing every
All right,
half second.
I just turned it off. Now I'm using non-Wi-Fi. It's going down. Oh,
mean
it's
it's going-
going down.
It's going down in what way?
It's showing like it's only 90% now.
91%
terms of-
uploaded, 89% uploaded,
Yeah.
90% uploaded. Guys, the ins and outs of MELLONfights is like top notch. Tara, just put it back on Wi-Fi, I suppose, and we're just going to go with what we got. Tara's also not on a
Okay.
microphone this week. Something's going on with her computer. My mic is about dead. This might be the end. Maybe we end it after this week. Tara, what do you think? Let's end the pod after 84. A celebration of me and my birth year, 1984. 84 is the last episode of MELLONfights. So, guys, you're here for it. You better send an email in or you're not getting on the last episode.
Yep, it's the last one for us.
Tara,
Because I'm just
since you
going
don't have a
down,
mic,
down,
you can't
down.
sit like that at all because your mouth just gets blocked. Sit normal without your hand under your face and talk. You don't have a mic, so you got to be as clear as possible. You got to be as clear as
Okay.
possible.
Lips,
This-
teeth, tip of the tongue.
But don't lean back. Lean forward like you were.
Lips, teeth, tip of the tongue. I'm not Drew. We're totally fucked now. Now we're only at 82.
Yeah, I know. This is MELLONfights, man. We're top of the line pod.
Yeah.
And the first, we're
We're like
3.5 minutes in, and all we've talked
pros.
about is how bad of a quality our podcast is. Can you imagine if people actually listen to us? We'd actually have the
Mhm.
best equipment in the world. But we got to fix. Tara, if we're going to keep doing this, we got to fix what we got going on. This is
We
embarrassing.
gotta fix it. I went and spent $50 today to try to fix it, but it did not work.
Definitely return that stuff. Definitely
I
return
will.
that stuff. Unless you want to keep one of the
But
two
it did
things.
not work.
But I'd say return it. What?
Yeah.
They'll take it back.
I'm returning it.
Return that
It's
$50.
not
You
worth
said it
it.
was only $30. You lied to me.
No, one of them was in the wrong spot, and it was
Mm,
supposed to be $12.99, and it was $40.
I
And then
think
they
we.
took it down to $30.
I think we're just gonna have to figure out a different sitch. We just got to get your computer to work again, and I think we got to get you a different mic setup.
I don't know what was going on.
I don't know. The problem is we're not together, and I can't fix it, guys. We're if this is your first time listening, this isn't. Can I tell you something, Tara? It ain't anybody's first time listening. That we know.
No. This should
But
be a 15-minute episode. In, out, bing, bang, boom.
in and out, bing bang boom, 84 minutes long. No, it's gonna be way shorter than that. What's 8 plus 4? 12?
I
12-minute
said 15.
episode. Huh?
Yeah, I said 15 minutes.
Tara, let's kick it off with let's do a quick recap of sports this week. It is a sports podcast, NFL. It wasn't that exciting. Can I tell you how my NFL season is going, Tara?
Yeah.
Fantasy. Here was my week. Badgers lost. L. Cowboys lost. L. Fantasy football. Both teams lost. L. My team sucks. I'm gonna miss the playoffs. I shouldn't be bad, but somehow I'm bad. I got the best players in the league, and somehow I'm bad. It's just terrible. The way fantasy works is stupid. I'm retiring forever. Retiring forever. Tara, did you watch any football this weekend?
I watched a lot of football.
What'd you think of it?
I watched, I thought there were some fun games.
Cowboys living up to their
hated-
reputation of being.
Oh, how terrible was it?
Wasn't it a great episode? It was funny.
Oh my
A
God.
great episode for me. A great episode. Great game for me to just fully hate my guy Dak. At the end, he came up as small as possible. It's so funny.
It was so bad.
We were sitting there with Miranda's brother, and he's like, "Oh, they're gonna, people blame this on Dak." I'm like, and I just went, "Yeah, well, they should," because they're like he played good. I'm like, he did. Yeah, that's the thing is, a lot of people can play good until it matters, and then when you have to make the big plays and not do anything about it, I hate Dak.
And the two penalties at the end, like delay of game, like what are we doing?
Well, the thing is,
Just
the Eagles tried to
terrible.
shoot themselves in the foot and let the Cowboys get down. They're down at the 10-yard line, and all of a sudden they're attempting basically a Hail Mary at the end of the game because of he took the worst part was him taking that sack. He got flushed. You can't. The only thing you can't do there is take a sack, dude.
You cannot take a sack there. You cannot.
Tara, it wasn't like it was an instant moment. Like they were on him so fast. He was standing there in the pocket for a minute, and all he had to do was step up and throw it away. Instead, he took. He looked around. He knew he was in trouble. He knew he was in trouble, and he still took the sack. That's why he sucks. You cannot ever take that sack, ever.
And there's nothing that drives me more crazy than when
he could have just stepped up in the pocket and ran.
Yeah. How about when he freaking stepped out of bounds? How did he step out of bounds on that 2-point
He's not an athlete. He sucks.
Like, you have no awareness of where you are on this field. Like you literally stepped out of bounds. You had a wide open area. It took you too long to think about it, and then you stepped out of bounds. Like, what are we doing?
He's a turd. He's a turd.
And my ass has to wear a freaking Eagles jersey now.
First of all, you didn't give any heads up that was a bet that was going on to the pod.
I didn't know what was going on.
But I had no idea. What was the bet? Because you didn't get Eagles are favored and at home. You should have got odds. What was the bet?
I don't know.
What was the bet?
If they win, I agree to it.
That was it?
We couldn't come
what happens
up
if
with
the
it.
Cowboys
I suck
won?
at betting. I was gonna think of something. I just couldn't think of anything in the moment, and I agreed to it because I don't care.
That's a bad agreement. To have to go travel around Austin, Texas, wearing an That's bad news. It's Texas. Did you think about that?
At first, I was just like, okay, and then all of a sudden, we're sitting there, like as we're driving towards the end. I'm like, oh, Austin's in Texas. The last time I was there, when I was at the airport, everyone had like Cowboys shit on, and they were watching the Cowboys game.
Yeah, it's Cowboys country, and you're wearing an Eagles.
It's funny though. It's funny.
You can tell people
that I can say I'm a Cowboys fan and I lost a bet.
Take a Cowboys hat with you so you can let them know that you lost a bet. And you go Dak, and you go Dak sucks though.
Dak sucks
for life. Any other big takeaways from the football weekend? Kelsey can't play with Taylor out of the country. He stinks when Taylor's gone. He's soft.
Well, he was in a different country.
Huh? Oh yeah, he was in a
He was
different
in a
country
different
too. That's
country than
right.
Taylor.
That's right.
He was in Germany.
But the KC got the win because they're the best. Okay, we're gonna
Yeah.
play a little game called Who's the Best in the NFL now.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
That was it. I just asked. That was it. Who's the best in the NFL right now?
Oh,
That's the game. Who's right now the best team in the NFL? We're 9 weeks deep. Everyone's at
Hey,
least played
Steve.
half their games now. Or I guess they
Kansas
haven't.
City.
Who?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
And what's crazy about it is they just don't really have receivers, but like Patrick Mahomes is that good. Their defense is good. They're the
defense
best.
is very good.
You know who's coming up though?
Who?
The Bengals.
Bengals are good.
Joe's back.
Joe's back.
He's back.
Burrow's
He's
back.
ready.
Burrow's back. What
Yeah.
about the Eagles? Eagles are the best team in the NFC, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. They're good. They're the best.
Yeah. Who has a chance? I mean, the Cowboys played with them. I will say that.
The Cowboys played. Yeah.
I think they could beat them
I think
in another matchup
yes,
down the road.
I do too. They should have won that game, but then also the Eagles did shit that was ridiculous.
What about the Vikings with Josh Dobbs under center? Where do they rank? Where they rank?
I mean, they're probably going to make the playoffs because where they're located, no one's good except for my Lions.
Well, yeah, they're not going to win that division probably, but they could get that the wild card. No one's that good right now in the NFC. No one has a good record. It's weird.
No.
They're like battling. They're battling. I need a new mic too, Tara. We might have to take a break. We might just have to announce a break for a couple weeks till we get our shit together. How about that, Tara? You're out of town for a week anyway. We're taking a 1 week hiatus. We'll be back
to figure out our.
Actually, the 20th is 2 weeks from now. And that's not great for me.
Maybe
we need a 2 week hiatus. We need a holiday break. Maybe I'll do a solo pod next week. How about that? Tara, would you allow me to do a solo pod without you next week?
Sure, why not?
I don't know. Just till we get our shit so I can experiment a little bit. We would also like to, and then we can come back and start doing our Hallmark pod.
Oh, yeah.
We need to regroup. I think we need to take a week off.
We need to regroup.
We can't stop forever.
What we're going to do. No.
You know what I'll do, Tara? We were talking about it today. I have some old episodes that nobody's heard that are on SoundCloud. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to download those motherfuckers and put them up so you guys can hear what this used to be like. Maybe next week's going to be
then everyone will be like, you guys should be in the same room as each other.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. We've done one of these in the same room together. I'd like to do it that way.
I thought it was a good one.
It is. When we're together, we feed off each other and we don't talk. This is going to be the hardest episode ever. I'm shaking my. Oh, by the way, this desk you've used before, it's like give me so much feedback because it's electric. I didn't know it had plugs and shit in it.
Oh,
it's fucking with my electronics. So NFL Chiefs are the best as of this week. Power rankings: Chiefs. Who's your second team? Top three teams.
Bengals.
Chiefs, Bengals. Who's your third team? Eagles?
Yeah.
Chiefs, Bengals, Eagles are Tara's top three teams. I'd say my top three teams are Chiefs, Ravens.
Oh.
Bengals.
Ravens.
Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles, Bengals. I gave you 4.
I think I agree with the Ravens being number 2. They kicked some asshole.
I just think that they're ready.
They're good. They're good.
They got enough of everything. They had like 500 yards of offense.
Lamar is feeling himself.
They're good.
They're good.
So since we last talked, we had a in-season tournament began in the NBA. I don't know how much of you caught, Tara, other than the Bucks game. Did you watch even the Bucks game?
I caught. Yeah.
I watched it after I was out for Miranda's birthday. Miranda's 29 now, guys. She's old, and I got to get rid of her.
Oh God.
And but I recorded the game and watched it when I got home.
They
And
won, but it didn't look that
it
pretty.
didn't look that pretty, but the in-season tournament, it's so funny people trying to defend it like, oh, it'll mean something. Some like, why? Will it? I didn't care.
It's
I
so
said it
dumb.
to you guys, like
I
in-season
I
tournament, but
hated everything about it.
huh?
I hated the I hated the
The
courts. They
courts
were
are
so
like
distracting.
disarming.
Every last one of them. I hated it.
Well, I said when I turned it on when we got home from the bar, and Miranda and her friend and Jess were in the other room. Jess wants to be a guest so bad on this. She thinks she has so many good ideas, and a lot of them are basically conspiracy theories. So I'm thinking maybe it'd be
Oh,
maybe a spin. I said we could do maybe a spin-off where it's just conspiracy theories with Jess.
I
But then
love
she doesn't
it.
really tell. She
She has
tells me what she
conspiracy.
believes, but she won't like elaborate. Like she was telling me
Yeah.
about Lee and
Okay.
Michelle being illiterate. I'm like, what? So I looked it up and I'm like, oh, here's what it said. This is where things. She's like, no. I'm like, what do you mean no? This is what they. This is. I'm not even disagreeing with you. She's like, she's just like, no, she's just illiterate. Like she doesn't even want to give me the evidence. She just
She can't
She
read.
just can't read. Get it together. She can't read. So anyway, I turn on the TV and it's it looks, I thought something was wrong with, I'm like, oh, something's wrong with the TV. And because it had like, it was a green line down the center of the court. And I thought there was like the TV was, fucked up. You know,
Yeah.
when like a screen gets fucked up, it
Yeah.
gets like green line. That's what I thought. I thought my TV was fucked up.
Exactly.
It's so stupid. The courts are so ugly and stupid.
So I was watching it and I didn't realize that that's why it was because the sound was off where I was watching it.
Yeah.
And then right after the Golden State game came on, Jesus, Tara. Same thing, stupid court. And I was like, what is this? This is stupid. I don't like it.
Yeah. Some of them were even harder to watch.
The Bulls game? Oh my God, that red?
Oh my God. I don't know what
Too
the fuck
much.
they're thinking. Total
Too
failure.
much.
I will say they were wearing their city jerseys, which I liked, and I liked the Bucks' new city.
Which
They
are
unveiled
cool.
the city jerseys.
Yeah.
I kind of like them. They're like this blue, splashy, watery thing. The hat's kind of. I didn't hate their jerseys, but I hated the court. I don't want my court to be. There's like
Court.
certain courts in the league that
It's
are
like,
a
who
little
are you,
busy.
Boise State? Get out of here.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like I even find like Boston's court a little too much going on in regular. Like, chill out.
Yeah.
So in season tournament, Bucks 1-0, winning it all. The coach, Bucks coach, what's his name? Tara, help me out.
Adrian.
Adrian Griffin came out today or yesterday and was like, "We're trying to win the in season tournament." I'm like, okay, okay. Bucks
You
stink
and
though.
Chris Paul.
People think the Bucks stink. They're not even like clicking yet, and they're 4-2. They're one game behind
They are not clicking.
Boston. Like, relax. They're giving up too many points, but guys are just shooting the shit on them.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. When it came down to crunch time, though, the last couple games, crunch time, it was close. The defense stepped it up and looked good. Brooke, Giannis, even Dame played hard. Bucks win it all.
We'll get it figured out.
Bucks.
We'll get it figured out. It's literally the first week of a million week long term season. So we'll figure it out.
Other sports?
So one of the big things that has been all over the locals is Craig Counsell. Have you heard about this?
We're not going to talk about Craig Counsell going to the Cubs. Nobody cares about that.
People are losing their goddamn minds here. People
they're
this is
Brewer
the
fans.
Biggest backstab that could have ever happened, and people are.
It's so funny because I was like, okay, I didn't care. I hate the way I don't like the way they play. Like, the way he coaches is good for. It's got a lot of bud in it, where it's like this works a lot for a regular season. This like playing these numbers and doing this, but when the playoffs have come to fruition since he's been the coach, they fucking fall flat as fuck. Just like Bud and the Bucks. I think it's a good move. If they get a good guy, hopefully they get a good coach. I might get back into it if they start swinging for the fences, motherfuckers.
This is what I'll say. I get why people who are Brewers fans are irritated. Like, we're not really Brewers fans anymore. But like a Brewers fan, like a through and through Brewers fan,
Him going
I'd
to the
be pissed
Cubs?
too because Craig Counsell would, huh? Yeah,
Go. Yeah.
because he would always complain about how it like pissed him off how there was a bunch of Cubs fans at the Brewers games when there
Did
would
he?
be when they'd be at yes.
Mm.
And now
He's a Cub.
he went there.
Mm.
Now he's a Cub.
What a
He's from
twat.
Whitefish Bay. He's Wisconsin, Milwaukee through and through. And then what he wanted to do was he wanted to change the market for managers, which he did because he's the highest paid manager ever. $8 million per year.
How much?
8 mil.
That's the highest? That surprises
So,
me.
like, I see
figured
what
it'd
he
be
was
higher than
doing.
that.
It's just crazy. No,
Hmm.
because, like, they're just not really seen as being that important. So, I guess people must think highly of him.
Yeah, they win a lot of games in the regular season.
Yeah.
And then get bounced early every year.
What people in Wisconsin have been saying is they want David Ross to be the manager for the Brewers. I'm like, no,
He's bad, though.
that's stupid.
Everyone knows that he's a
I
bad
know.
manager, though. Idiots.
Yeah,
It'd be funnier if, like, Greg Maddux came to be the coach. Because he's, like, a Cubs
sure.
legend. Though
Yeah.
he won more with Atlanta. I'm trying to think of another Cub it could be that would piss people off.
Sammy Sosa. Can you imagine Sammy Sosa?
I'm trying to think of a guy that would make sense. Someone definitely, maybe someone that was on that World Series team that's retired, other than Ross. I don't know if anyone else is retired that was on that team. I don't know. They don't care about the Brewers though either. Like the Brewers aren't even on their radar. They don't give a fuck about Cubs fans.
Well,
don't
that's
give a
the
fuck
thing.
about
They were
the
talking
Brewers.
about it. Right, and they were talking about it too, where they're like, for the Cubs to pay him that much, it's not that much because they're like a big market team, so they have more money coming in. But for the Brewers, that's tough. So it didn't really make sense, but also there's a lot of hurt feelings.
Yeah, it's definitely a one-sided thing too.
I think if I were a... Go ahead.
That was it. Say what you're saying.
If I were still a big Brewers fan, I think I'd be pissed. But I'm not, so I don't care.
Yeah, I probably
like I was listening to people that are like through and through Brewer fans that are just like, it was crazy because on the local channel it's like, geez, what were they saying? Something like, and Craig Counsell backstabs, or like just acting like he was basically Brutus to Julius Caesar.
That's sports though for you. You're right. If I was a Brewer fan, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? If I believed in him.
Yeah.
You know? But like if
that's the thing, it's like,
but if I believed him, because like for instance, if Bud had left the Bucks last year on his own accord and went to like the Heat, I'd been like, good. Get the fuck out of here. So I don't know how I would feel. I don't know. I'd probably be irritated by Counsell a little bit the way they play in the playoffs. So I don't know how I would feel about it. It's hard to say. You know, when you don't, show up in the big moments,
my light just burnt out. We're really struggling.
Oh my, we need the break. We need the real break. We're taking a 2-week break. This is official. We're taking a 2-week break. Tara's light burnt out. Her ring light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's lit super weird now.
Went out.
So we're taking a 2-week hiatus for sure. 2-week hiatus. I'm going to throw up an old episode next week. We'll talk when Tara gets back from her trip, and we'll figure out where we're going to go from here, because it is a shit. Nobody listens anyway, Terry.
Oh, wait. I fixed it.
All right,
my
her ring light's back.
Just turned off.
Oh, I forgot. I brought this thing. I have a light. Hold on. Vamp.
True. No one wants to hear me vamp on this terrible microphone. It's not going to work for anyone. But did you guys notice how Drew has upside down pineapple trees? I think that means him and his lady are swingers. Ooh. What is that? His light looks pretty serious. Also, if you guys can see this, Drew's got some wild hair. He's got some like Gen Z hair going on. It's kind of mullety. And then he's got his big old beard. I think he thinks he's a TikTok star. Oh my gosh, watching him try to do this is ridiculous. It's like we're really old. Our technology skills are not. Also, today we were at Rare and everyone was talking about how their favorite episode of me was when I was tipsy, and they're like, oh my gosh, she was so funny. And I'm like, why would you say that? That's like, you know, Chris Farley. Have you heard of him? I could go down the wrong path and try to be funny and try to booze too much and try to use substances so people like me better. And that's just probably not the way I should go.
It didn't work. What are you vamping about?
You'll never know until you listen.
Were you done with your thought? Were you
Yeah.
mid-thought? The light didn't work.
No, I was done with it.
Light didn't work, Tara. 1984. Episode 84, 1984. We both made a list of our top things of 1984. Top 5. Top 3 plus 5 things of 1984 for us. Our favorite. It could be anything we wanted. Could have been anything we wanted. Throughout the last couple days, there's been a million things. I went 1984, 1984. It's crazy how much happened in 1984, the year of our Lord and Savior of this podcast, Andrew W. Mellon. So neither of us were allowed
Lord
to put
and
me on the
Savior.
list. I was not available to put upon the
No.
list. So, Tara, would you like to go first? I have a lot of honorable mentions too in the end. Just so you know.
Yeah.
So, Tara, what's
I'll
your
go
number
first.
5 thing? Number 5 thing. Shit. Number 5 thing from 1984.
Red Bull.
Red Bull. You a Red Bull drinker?
Red Bull was invented in 19. I love Red Bull.
Red
when
Bull.
I was younger, I drank it with Southern Comfort because that's what baddies did. And now, as an adult, I just drink it straight.
Love it. Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. I hate Red Bull. I hated energy drinks.
Yes.
I had a Monster. I'm not drinking soda right now, but I needed some caffeine to keep me up. So I'm like, well, this one time I'll drink an energy drink. So I got a Monster. I hated it. I hate the way energy drinks taste. I don't like that, like, whatever flavor
Monsters
that
aren't
is.
good.
It tastes like a Red Bull. I tasted
Monster-
it. The aftertaste tastes just like Red Bull, and I hate that taste.
Mm.
I've never liked it. I've never understood it. Jaeger bombs. That's the part of Jaeger bombs I don't like. Is that part of it? I love Yag. Yag me up. They call me the Yag boy. Yag me down. Jaeger bombs. Those were invented in 1984 as far as I'm concerned.
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs. So for me, I made a choice where I couldn't pick, technically where I couldn't pick anything from the same category. Except for, and then I end up kind of, one of them actually fits in a couple categories. So my number 5, 1984 thing is Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote debuted in I said 1985 like an idiot. 1984 thing, Murder, She Wrote. My favorite, number 5 favorite thing from 1984, Murder, She Wrote. Love it. There's a lot of shows that debuted in 1984. That's the only one I thought deserved my time and play. I mean, there's other ones I watched, but that one was like, that one means the most to me still. Because it makes me think of my grandmother.
Yes.
It makes me think of just hanging out at home on a sick day. It just was a beautiful thing. Murder, She Wrote. I love Murder, She Wrote.
I've been watching it recently. Very good.
We watched the first episode a while back. It's like a movie. The first episode was like a god dang movie. It was good. Murder, She Wrote. Tara, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the movie Ghostbusters.
Who you gonna call?
Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Is that real?
Strange
So Ghostbusters
in the neighborhood.
didn't make my list. Didn't make
Who
my
you gonna
list.
call?
I do like it, but I chose a different movie for 1984.
It's a good one for me. I love it.
Speak
It's
on
one
it.
of those that it's on and then you just watch it
It is good.
because it's so easy to watch. I love the whole cast. Um, everything about it. It's good.
Do you want to know the crazy thing is I actually probably watched Ghostbusters 2 more when I was a kid. 'Cause it
I
was on a
probably
lot.
did
It was
too,
on a lot.
but it was on
But
a
one's better.
lot.
I'm not saying
But
one's not better.
one's better.
Bill Murray
There's like
is a
so much
masterpiece.
fun stuff about it.
I agree. My number
But
4.
2 is good too.
Who?
2 is good too.
Oh, 2 is good too. Oh, I thought you said she was good. She is good in it though.
She was. She is.
What's her
Sigourney
name?
Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver's hot in that movie.
Sigourney Weaver.
I don't always think Sigourney Weaver's hot, but she's hot in that movie. She's a real snack in that one. Sigourney the snack. They were calling her on set
Sigourney the
in
Snack.
1984. My number 4, 1984 thing. I gotta look at my list here and make a decision. Terminator. The movie Terminator. Is my 1984.
I didn't realize
thing.
that was a 1984.
What?
I didn't realize that was 1984.
It was 1984, and I love the Terminator. Some people think Terminator 2 is a better movie. I'm not one of those people. I like the low rentness of Terminator, the original. Like, I like him being the bad guy better, and I like that it's just a regular guy going up against him, like a human going against the machine. I think it's a better movie. Some of the action sequences might be better in Terminator 2, but just like for pure like, just like wall to wall, like just cool storytelling. I love Terminator, OG Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
And I think by the time I saw it, I knew who Arnold was from like, because I was a little young, when it first came out, I didn't see it. I was too young, but by the time I saw it, I had seen like Twins and Kindergarten Cop, Predator. So I thought of him as a certain way, but then all of a sudden he's the bad guy and he's a murderer. It's like, whoa, that's Arnold. The funny thing is that came out before all those movies I just said. But for me, I saw it out of order. What's the next, Tara? Were you just going to stare at me saying nothing there for a long time? Were you just going to stare at me? I didn't want to have to prompt you. I just figured you'd start going. Thought we'd be on the same page.
My number 3 is LeBron James.
LeBron James did not make my list.
And he is my favorite basketball player ever. Even when he's douchey, I still like him. He's the best. I love him. LeBron James. He was born in 1984.
He just never was going to make my list as my favorite things from 1984.
That's why when I said this, I was like, he's going to just naysay me.
He barely made the cut too. Very end of 1984. He's barely an 84 baby.
Yeah.
Barely.
But he is.
I don't even know if he really is. He's such a liar all the time. He's lying about shit, that guy. Am I wrong?
What's he lying about?
Tara, have you... What? Tara, they call him Lie. They call him LeBron. Look at these things. Tara, he's a notorious liar.
What's
he just makes bullshit
when he lies about reading books?
He makes up bullshit weekly. He'll like, oh yeah, I knew about that guy.
What was it that
he said some dumb shit about AD like the other night. Like nobody said that, homie. You're lying. He's a liar that cares what everyone thinks for some crazy reason. He lies all the time. Ain't putting a liar in my top 5. Greatest basketball player of this generation? Absolutely.
He's amazing.
All time? Definitely amazing. Not.
I mean, he's up there.
But he's not the best.
Yes.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the best?
I mean, some will say he is the best, but some will say he's not, but he's definitely up there.
He ain't the GOAT. He's the OAT.
Yeah.
OAT brand, baby, because he's...
I would say OAT. OAT brand, because he makes people poop.
Yeah, because he's a shithead. So
Shit,
Tara's list
okay.
has what's your list so far, just so we can recap where we're at here.
Red Bull,
Red Bull.
Red Bull, Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
LeBron.
You had a really shitty list going other than Ghostbusters. Red Bull sucks. I can't believe Red Bull's that old. It really throws me for a whirlwind here. You want my number 3?
Well,
You
what's
want
yours?
my number 3?
Yeah.
So I really was struggling here, but my number 3 is Tetris. Tetris came out in 1984. Tetris is one of those games that like you just get. It's one of those games that just sucks you in, and you'll fucking play it for fucking hours. You'll watch those little bricks twist and turn and fall, and you'll mess it up, and you're like, one more. I was doing so well. I love Tetris. You like Tetris, right, Tara? You went through a big phase of Tetris on your big Tetris phase there for a while.
Oh my gosh. Where I would just play it.
Yeah. On your computer, right? Did you play it on your laptop like nonstop?
Yeah, I freaking loved it.
Remember the old days where we'd have instead of having our phones with us, we just have our laptops on our lap like all the time? Like we just have it with us.
And it'd be like burning
TV.
The tops of my legs.
Yeah, like our legs, my balls would get
so
singed.
hot.
I'm surprised anyone even can have kids the way their balls were heated up so much from computers on their lap. Crazy. Yeah, laptops. I couldn't even imagine having my laptop in my lap for that long now. Like what the hell? Tetris. Dung, 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 I don't think that's the song totally.
Well, nowadays there's Tetris where you can't like flip the blocks, and that's bullshit. You need
What's
to be
the
able
point
to
of playing
the
then?
blocks.
It's being able to build like that's the best. That ain't Tetris.
Yeah.
You ever played Dr. Mario? A little knockoff version of it? That was pretty fun. Dr. Mario. It's a good one.
When did that come
What do you got next? What do you got next?
My next one is, how do I explain it? It's just pure entertainment. Purple Rain.
1984, Purple Rain.
It's
Purple Rain. Purple Rain is number 1 on my list as a spoiler alert. Purple Rain is my number 1. The album and the movie both combined as one full thing, just so you know.
It's an experience.
Continue talking.
It's just the music of it.
The funniest thing is you've never even seen the whole movie. You just admitted this like last week.
I know, but the parts of it that I've seen, no, but the parts that I've seen are, like stick with me and are just so funny and like great, and it just feels so 80s, and Prince is freaking awesome, and he's just this like tiny little dude.
Yeah.
Who has so much charisma and character, and I loved him.
I mean, he's a problematic character. We've talked about this. He's a problematic character in that movie. But the movie is like it's a force. It's fun. The music's it's because the music is so fucking
I forgot
good.
one.
The music is so good. What do you mean you forgot one? Was that your number 1?
No, that's my number 2, but I forgot something that I wanted on this list.
Oh wow.
Shit.
Oh wow.
It'll be on my honorable mentions.
How many have I done? 3 already? Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're on 4.
I may have fucked up. Well, my number 2 is the album Born in the USA.
Woo, that's my number 1.
Born in the USA. I was born in the USA. I sang that pretty good, if I do say so myself. I've been hitting the notes today. I sang a good one earlier, too, that you dug. You recall that? I don't remember what I was singing about. It was something dirty. We're at the restaurant, but it might be because I have a little bit of like a cold thing going on. It's got me that rasp. So yeah, Born in the USA, that album, not just the song, the full album. It's a great album. I love that album. Big fan of Born in the USA. I think it's funny that those are on both of our lists as our top 2, just in a different order.
It's like Born in the USA is so good.
I mean, it's got Dancing in the Dark on it.
Cover Me, Dancing in the Dark, I'm on Fire.
Yeah. It's a good album. It's a really good
Glory
album.
Days.
Sometimes, in the past, I've said,
God.
like, Born to Run. I think I've claimed as... I think I like Born and
I
then I
mean,
say
Born to
better.
Run's awesome.
I know. Darkness on the Edge of Town is my favorite Bruce album. But Born in the
Yeah,
USA, like,
so good.
hits... It's a good listen. I love it.
It's,
I don't care what anybody says. So we know you're number one. So
yeah.
I don't know. Just do some honorable mentions then.
We know you're number one.
We know my number
Sure.
one. So we don't even got to go to number one.
Wait.
What a letdown. Holy shit.
Wait, why was yours your number one?
Purple Rain?
Prince's Purple Rain, yeah.
I told you already. I talked to you. I talked about it when we talked about it. It was it.
Did
It was
you?
Prince, man. It's just like a fun, and it's something I didn't discover until later in life. Like the song Purple Rain I knew, but the movie I didn't see till I was older. Like in my 20s, in the album I had heard. But then like this kind of became something I really loved because I loved the performances in the movie so much that it made me love the album more. And it's just a really cool.
The Little Nicky is like the best performance.
Absolutely. The whole movie's great. And it's wild. It's a wild movie. He's a bad dude in it, but it's still a fun movie. So that's our 80 top. That's our 19. That's our top 84 things. But I got how many things? I got like a list of probably another 5 things I'd like to throw a shout out at. Do you have any other things on your list? Just missed. So I'm gonna name a couple of movies that just missed the cut for me. I'll do that, and then I'll let you.
Did you hear what I just said?
What?
Did you hear what I just said?
No.
Footloose.
Footloose was the first thing I wrote down, and somehow it fell off of my. Not the song, though. The song is fun.
I forgot about
though
it.
The song is really fun at a wedding or a party when Footloose comes on. Or you're out. It's a fucking.
All are kicking
I think
up.
it's as good as any other song because you get to do the Footloose kick dance. It's fucking fun. If I maybe thought about it that way, Footloose might have made my cut. But I love Footloose. I think
that's why I was pissed. I want it to be there instead of Red Bull.
Get rid of Red Bull.
Red Bull's gone. Footloose is on.
Yeah, get the fucking Red Bull out of there.
Because you know what gives me more energy? Footloose. Footloose gives me way more energy than Red Bull ever did or ever will.
Some other movies I had on the list that didn't make it. I had Neverending Story, which maybe was the most watched movie by me as a kid. Loved it. Neverending Story. Atreyu, no. Sebastian. Man, I can't wait to watch that. Miranda's never seen it. I can't wait to watch. We were supposed to watch. You know what, Tara? You were to watch Neverending Story before we get back together. We're going to do a really good Neverending Story breakdown. Maybe we'll come up with some new characters, debut some new shit for it. We'll talk, because we're taking a hiatus. Either 1 or 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I think we'll be gone. We'll see. With some old ones. But I am going to put up old ones. So come back, though. Don't be ready for some old ones. I'm probably going to edit them down a little, because they might have some stuff in there that's questionable. We'll see. Yeah. And then, so that was on there. My other movie that could have made the cut was a little movie called The Karate Kid. Love the Karate Kid. Daniel-san, Miyagi. I've never seen it. 1984 Karate Kid. I really like the show Cobra Kai too. That one probably, again, really is a big part of my childhood, a big part of my adulthood too. So those are a couple of movies that didn't make my list that probably should have.
I've never seen Karate Kid.
What? What? Neverending Story's canceled, Tara. This is the fucking craziest thing I've ever heard. You're watching, Tara, can I tell you something? You're watching Karate Kid, and we're not canceling next week.
We have to.
You have to do we
don't have anything that works.
Okay, here's what I need from you. You're watching the Karate Kid, and it's not going to be a normal I need like a book report from you about the Karate Kid. I need an essay about the Karate Kid. Yeah, I want something real. You got 2 weeks, Tara. 3 weeks, because we're not going to do it next week, and we're not going to do it the week after that. So you got 3 weeks to come up with an essay about the Karate Kid. I need something
Okay.
special from you for this. You've never seen The Karate Kid is blowing my. It's actually the one that might have blown my mind the most. The amount of times The Karate Kid, the way Trin loves The Karate Kid, the way I love The Karate Kid, the amount of times it was on in our house, and you've never seen The Karate Kid. It's on TV all the time. You've never seen The Karate Kid?
I just know Daniel's son. And
You know
Mr.
wax on, wax
Miyagi.
off? You don't even know what wax on, wax off even means?
I think it's a fight technique, maybe.
Oh my God. Tara, you love Rocky. This is Rocky with karate and kids. Tara, oh my God.
Is it a fight technique? Is it a
Huh?
fight technique? Wax on, wax off? Is it a fight technique?
Come on, it is. Yes, of course. I'm so like what? What else you got from 1984? We got to move on from that. That's blowing my mind.
I don't really have anything else.
You don't even have any other
Muppet
honorable
Babies.
mentions? Huh?
Muppet Babies. Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies was awesome. We loved that when we were kids.
I loved it. I never liked the actual Muppets, but Muppet Babies was my jam.
Anybody born in 1984 you took note of? I put Scarlett Johansson because she's
LeBron.
beautiful. Oh yeah, you did LeBron. I had Scarlett up there. She's good. Other than that, I was like, whatever. Olivia Wilde was on the list. She's a little annoying.
Katy Perry, I think, was on the list.
Katy Perry. Yep, I don't like her though. I find her to be annoying. What's her name from Aubrey Plaza, 1984? There's a lot of women. There weren't a lot of men that were famous from 1984, which I found interesting. So, a couple other things I had. Oh, Jeopardy debuted in 1984. Jeopardy's fun. That's a good one. But I wouldn't put it on my top 5 favorite, but it's a good one. And Mac Computers also debuted in 1984, which is pretty that important.
That was going to be on my list, but then
oh yeah, that's right.
Both of my Macs stopped working, so I was like, I gotta take it off.
Yeah, we're recording this like in such a shitty way because of Macs. Not all of a sudden they won't let her. They're acting like she can't download Google Chrome. Fuck you both, Google Chrome, and figure out how to work together.
Especially since my Mac, one of my Macs is like a 2018, so it's not like it's super old.
Oh, it's that old though?
Yeah.
It's fairly old. Not really though. Computers suck fast.
I should be able to use.
Absolutely. So that was our 1984
Chrome
celebration of Drew Mellon. Let's be honest, I'm the number one 1984 thing that should be on either of our lists. Tara, next week's episode 85. Next time we do it will be episode 85. So we'll have to do an 85 thing too. When we come back, you'll have 1985 about Tara. She was born in 85, so you guys, if you guys don't know. So we'll do that for episode 85. We'll do that for 85. Well, also Tara's going to talk about
Daniel's
Karate Kid. We'll get to Neverending Story at another time because the fact that she's never seen the Karate Kid is fucked up. And let's move on.
I don't even know what it's about.
Karate. The end.
Yeah.
Tara, it's about karate.
I don't even know how Mr. Miyagi's a part of it.
Oh my God. I'm so irritated. Let's go to our emails. We have 3 emails to read after none last week.
3
emails. It's going to be hard for me to do that. I got to hold on. I'm usually on my giant ass computer. Here we go. First one is from Miranda. If you guys have ever heard of her, she's a girl. I know. Oh my God, this is so much worse than my big computer. I can't see shit. I don't care where I am on the screen. Happy November. I'm sorry for not sending an email last week. I was Tinkerbell a few years ago, so I get being a fairy for Halloween. And a fairy being on a Halloween costume list. Drew's list seems more accurate for 2023, though. I agree. Scary things. I really don't like clowns. Do you remember a few years ago when people were dressing up as clowns, scaring people on the street? It was my worst nightmare. I do remember that. That wasn't a few years. That was a while back. I feel like that was almost a decade ago. It feels like a long time ago.
Drew, can you pause a second?
What's up?
Did you get that thing I sent you on Instagram with the spider?
With the spider?
Yeah.
I don't remember what
It's
happened.
called Trapdoor Spider. It's Trapdoor Spider, and it creates this like
Oh
thing
yeah, I'm
over
aware of
it.
these. I'm aware of those. I didn't see it, but I know what they are.
Terrifying.
I'm aware of those. Those things are
Terrifying.
crazy. Those things are cool. Those things are
Oh
very
my
cool.
God.
I've watched them a lot on
Scared.
the
Scared
internet.
of them.
When Drew tries to
Scared of them.
scare me, Carrot also sometimes gives him away. If she's acting weird or standing in a weird spot, I usually know he's hiding. It's true. She's a little bitch. Hamilton was awesome. Angelica was definitely the best singer. King George and Lafayette Jefferson / Jefferson were also very good. I agree. Candy corn is gross. Wrong. But I've never had it with nuts, so maybe that's why. But also, have you ever had it with popcorn for popcorn extravaganza? Tear flipped you off, Miranda, just so
Or
you
have you
know.
just eaten it? Or have you
Top
just
3
eaten
things
it?
from 1984. She should have had me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Her number. Oh wow, her number 1. She did always does it. I'm gonna do it in reverse. She had "Borderline" by Madonna as her number 3. Footloose, the song and the movie, number 2. And she had "Murder She Wrote" as the TV show, even though
Oh wow,
she's
you
only
guys
seen the
are.
one episode, I think.
But she loved
And she
it.
loved it.
It made
It connected
an
with her.
impression.
It connected with her.
Hmm.
Bonus, Andrew
I
William
get it.
Mellon. You didn't say he couldn't be on my list, so I thought as a bonus answer was acceptable. So I couldn't be. If I wouldn't say I couldn't be on your list, I should be number 1, asshole. What the fuck? I'm a bonus.
You're a bonus.
Yeah, and the next thing was, Drew, did you tell Tara how much Jess wants to be a guest on the pod? I did.
That's so fun.
It is fun. We'll see. We don't do guests, but maybe the revamp we will. We'll see. We're gonna revamp this whole pod,
We do
guys.
it 3 weeks.
Needs to be done.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear some old ones. Tara, I gotta find the one where we recorded it our last night together. I think I posted that. But our last night together,
like,
Tara and I recorded an episode our last night together in Chicago before Tara left, and it was good. And I think it's
that was like 2 years ago. How nuts is that?
over 2 years ago now. So, this one's 1984 from Jim, because we basically ripped off what he's been emailing us. Drew is whining about Tara changing his mind on the underdog pick of the week. Ha 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 ha. Nobody can change his opinion on anything. It was kind of pathetic. What a douche. Scary stuff to me is devil shit. Exorcist is forbidden in my house, which is weird because I just don't feel like he's like believes in the devil. Do you know what I mean?
He went to freaking Catholic school.
Yeah, but he doesn't believe any of that shit.
As
far as I know, I don't even think he believes in the devil. Wemby is going to be must-watch hoops for sure. Yeah, he's had since he had that 38-point game after we had our last pod, and he's nuts, guys. Victor Wembanyama. If you don't even like sports, turn it on
out there.
Look it up. Find out when the San Antonio Spurs are going to play basketball again, and even if you don't like basketball, just to see this like human being that you've never seen before moving like you've never seen a human being move before. It's fucking wild. It's wild. Even if you're not a sports fan, please do this. It's nuts. His top. Okay, I had a weird week traveling and sickness. Sorry I didn't get a chance to listen to episode 83. So here's 84. He also did an email for 83. So here's 84. Top 1984 things. Van Halen's 1984. Very great album. Very good album. The book, George Orwell, 1984, and the movie, 1984. They made it on. I think came out in 84, but George Orwell, 1984. Do you know anything about that, Tara? 1984? Huh?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Is your hand in front of your face? A little bit there?
No.
I can see you leaning on it, but that's whatever.
No.
Birth of Druzy. Oh wow, I did make his number 1, Miranda. Not a bonus. So top runner-ups: Karate Kid, Never Ending Story, Top Secret, which is a like a comedy spy movie, I believe. 16 Candles and Gremlins.
Oh,
16 Candles is good too, and Gremlins is a lot of fun as well.
So good. So good.
And then he also has a few more things here. So wait, I'm confused. Top 84 things, but then he has a list that's 3 to 2 to 1 again. It's This is Spinal Tap. Great movie. This just must be his movies.
Mm.
This is supposed to be his movies. Ghostbusters, Bill Murray, enough said. That's his number 2. And his number 1 is Terminator. Arnold becomes a mega star from here on. Totally agree. That's a great email. Great email. 2 great emails so far. Any takes on any of that? No, nothing for us really to respond to too much. They're not giving us any like questions here. So
That's
final
okay.
email, MELLONfights from Jeannie. Maybe you've heard of her. Yes, Drew, rude one saying spit it out to Tara. No rambling was being done.
Mm-hmm.
I beg to differ. I did a little research when I was editing, and I can show some proof that it was rambling. She did it again later, but I didn't say spit it out. I promise. There's proof. I have proof. I don't care, but I have proof. No rambling was being done.
I don't care, but I got proof.
I do have proof, Tara. I have proof.
I don't care though.
If I cared, I would have put it out already. I would have put that proof out in the world. But it's in my back pocket for later. You lose the momentum of the topic and then listeners miss out. No rambling was being done. You lose the momentum of the topic and the listener miss out. What? She talking about me? That's
I think so.
What a bitch. What the fuck?
I was like,
I'm not rambling. It's called, wow. Jeannie, maybe don't tune in next week. Maybe don't fucking tune in next. Hey, 2-week hiatus. Try 2 years for you. I better not get an email from you for a while till you learn how to listen to this fucking pod. Or maybe listeners love the Melon fight more. Oh, she might have been talking about that exact moment. I thought you meant, okay. I got what you're saying. The Melon fight is interesting. That's kind of the point of this pod. I'm just saying is for us to disagree sometimes. And, Tara doesn't love it. I like it. I think that's kind of the point.
my feelings.
Yes, Drew, you ramble at times, don't we all? That can be Tara's grievance. Spiders and snakes are her scares. Both scary as hell, hard to avoid spiders as they're everywhere. The devil is scary.
That freaking spider.
Huh?
That freaking spider I sent you.
The devil is scary. 666, yikes. 699, nice though. Booyah. I do love to scare people. I'm pretty good at it, but I hate being scared. Love your video when Tara was scaring you. Classic. Everyone should see that one. Hilarious.
That's her favorite thing ever.
Huh? She does love that.
That's her favorite video ever.
So that was all our emails for the week. Tara, did you have anything else prepared for the week? Any hard-hitting questions for Andrew? Did you have any holidays for the week? We're only at 57 minutes, and we said we were going to go 69 minutes this week. We're going to bring back the 69. We might just always do 69 minutes. We'll see, but maybe that's the revamp.
Let's see here.
Tara's eating candy corn. Tara's eating candy corn. Wow.
Okay.
Luckily, she doesn't have a microphone. I'd be slapping her.
Today's National Hug-a-Bear Day.
National Hug-a-Bear Day. Does that mean like a teddy bear or a big hairy gay man?
Yeah.
Which one?
A teddy bear. A teddy bear.
Could it be
or
the
a family
other
member.
though as well? Probably, I would say. Could be
It
the other.
says, today, wrap your teddy, closest friend, mother or family member, in a bear embrace.
Oh, just a bear hug?
I guess.
That's a different meaning than
It
hug a
doesn't
teddy
say
bear.
that.
Hug a bear is
I know.
different than bear hug. Would you agree? A bear hug's just a
Yes.
big hug where you squeeze. And
100%.
Everyone goes, oh, that's a good hug.
Yeah.
Stop eating this. Stop eating.
But it's his birthday it is today.
Who?
Adam Devines.
He also was born in 1984, just so you know.
He's
Adam
awesome.
Devine celebrating his birthday while we're recording our 84th episode. He was born in 1984. I thought about putting him on my list. Because I love workaholics. Stop
It's
eating.
so good.
Stop eating.
Can't.
It doesn't sound good.
True.
Stop eating.
No one can even hear it.
Yes, Tara. I guess who can?
It basically sounds like you all the time. You're like,
If you put another one in your mouth, I'm turning the pot off right now. and we don't get to do a sign out, and you're kicked off the pod forever. Tara's also on a hiatus for eating food mid pod. Just not to like.
Guess whose birthday it is?
Whose?
John Taffer.
Okay. Tara, stop eating. I'm
What?
fucking serious.
I'm not
I
eating.
just watched you do it. I just watched you pop one in your mouth.
No, I did not.
You're a liar.
No, I swear to God,
video.
I did not.
I have it on video. Then why did you do this? What was this then? You just wanted to
a second ago
touch your lip? Yes, right before I said
I did not put another one in my mouth. Because you yelled at me like a little bitch.
This is a clip. I wish this video was
roll it back.
Because I don't want to.
Roll it back.
I'm running back. You're on hiatus.
I did not put one
My
in.
hiatus is shorter than your hiatus. Your hiatus is longer.
Exercise a bit, because you told me not to eat it, so then I've just been sucking on it. Psycho.
Swallow the one in your mouth, idiot. The point
I'm
is
just
that
sucking on it.
Oh my God. I don't care whose birthday it is anymore. Why does Taffer yell at people like he does? I don't like it. It's so loud and mean.
We did love that show, though.
It was fun. It's a great hangover show.
It was one of those shows that it would just like we start the next one and then get involved in it.
Yeah. Miranda, I've been doing that with Catfish lately. It's been a lot of fun watching shows like that. Catfish. Just like this show doesn't have any
I don't like
real
shows
value,
like that.
but I can just pound through it. Huh?
I don't like that show.
Catfish?
Yeah.
Stop. It's the best. The best.
Yesterday, when we should have been recording, was National Nacho Day. Top 3 favorite nacho places.
What do you mean? There's no nacho places. I mean, top 3 favorite nacho places. Top 3 favorite nacho topping. Me? Where do you go for Tara? No one really makes nachos that good. Homemade nachos is the answer. Nachos at home. Nothing tops making nachos at home. Nothing. Number 1, 2, and 3. Nachos at home. Homemade nachos. Why? What's on your list?
Fine. Top 3 favorite nacho toppings.
I mean, cheese. Cheese is number 1. Shredded cheese. Microwave melted. Beef. You would think maybe number 2. No. Chicken. I like chicken. And number 3 is sour cream. Those are the 3 things I need. Technically, no, I'm sorry. Number 2, sour. If someone put chips don't count as a topping. They're the main part of the nacho. Chips. But if you have cheese as number 1, you could just have cheese and you got nachos. Boom. You melt a little cheese. That's nachos. If you put sour cream on there, boom, you got a little extra something to it. And then a meat, I would say, for me. Sometimes just taco sauce. I'll do that too, but I'm going to say chicken. Jalapenos are next after that. Tara, have you ever tried my barbecue chicken nachos? When I used to make those?
Yeah.
So
they never appealed to me.
Well, guys, if you ever want I'm going to give you a recipe every week of things I used to make myself when I was a bachelor. And I'd eat late at night. Tara probably judged me, but she was eating other bad shit herself. Candy.
No, I would never judge.
Candy corn. Bags and bags of candy corn for months at a time. But it's chicken. Make it cook up some chicken on the stovetop. Or the grill, whatever. Make it like a Southwest chicken. Boom. Chop that up or make that little slices, put that in there. And then you put baked beans. Little barbecue sauce, like a zesty barbecue sauce.
What kind of beans? Wait, what kind of beans were they? Oh, okay.
Baked beans. Not pinto, not black, baked beans. A little sour cream. A little barbecue sauce, like a zesty. It's got to be a little. I prefer like a Famous Dave's zesty barbecue sauce. A little bit of corn. You got to have some corn on there. When you got yourself some barbecued chicken nachos, and they're delicious. Well, cheese. I would say a Colby Jack is the way to go for that. You got any recipes like that, Tara? Like a late night recipe? Nutella and something?
No.
Remember when we went through like a Nutella phase? where we just have a jar.
Yeah.
We both have like our own jar of Nutella, basically. We
And
weren't
just like
sharing it
fuck
because
it
we were too
up.
busy sticking our whole damn fingers in it. But I
Yeah.
like when
They're
I would dip
disgusting.
anything in it. M&Ms.
I think I
What
was a
would you
big graham
most?
cracker Nutella.
Yeah, Tara. What's the most? Oh, I told. What did I tell? Miranda's like, you should. It was like an embarrassed. Like I'm like, fuck. What was it? Man, it's like you should guys. I was like, I told her something that she was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, maybe I'll talk about it on the pod later today. But fuck, I can't remember what it is now. Damn it. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go find her because we're basically at the end of our pod. Last couple minutes here. What about you? What
Yeah.
do you got for me?
I'm running
Close
out
it
of.
down. Any grievance other than your fucking Mac fucking crushing us? Our whole system going down.
It's killing us. I had a bunch of fruit flies that showed up.
Yeah.
I was cleaning my apartment and there was like a million and I had
Yeah.
no idea what was going on. So then I made a couple fruit fly traps and got them all, but there's like a million of them in there. I'm like, what the hell? Where did these come from?
What do you got planned for your trip to Texas? Other than look like an asshole wearing an Eagles jersey around town.
The only thing I have planned is going to a dance class on Saturday morning.
Kind of dance. Hip hop?
Yeah, just like a little fitness dance class, a little hip hop,
Hmm.
and then
Nice. Are
just
you both
letting
going?
Tori kind of create a fun time. Yeah,
Tori going with you?
yeah, it's her favorite class that she takes every Saturday.
Oh wow. Are they gonna be like what are you doing bringing her here?
No, I'm a good dancer.
Okay. All
But
right.
it's not supposed to be nice out, which is bumming me out. That's another
That is a
grievance of
bummer.
mine.
You haven't got lucky.
It's
Because I was
84
there. I
today
went there
and
in
it's gonna
December.
be.
It's too bad. I went in December and it was still
Yeah,
beautiful out.
I
You
know.
went
The last
December.
time I went, it was like 80s in December.
In this, yeah. You had a better week than we did, I think, even. We had a little colder, shittier
Yeah.
week. Well, then we were there like a week before you, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's correct. Well, have fun. Guys, this is for real. We're taking a
Thank you.
hiatus of like fresh
Yep.
shows. Thanks for being listeners. We're gonna take a real hiatus, try to figure out our system, figure out what's going on here. Tara's gone. It's gonna be hard for us to fix it with her gone because I can't get like we're not.
Yeah.
It's not like I can fix it here and then she comes home and we're in different places. So I'm gonna try to find our old episodes on SoundCloud and upload those to the feed because mostly no one's heard them. It might be fun to listen to see how bad it is. I'm gonna have to listen to them and edit it down probably. And we're
Yeah.
gonna come back bigger and better than ever. Send us some emails beforehand. Put in the if you're gonna send us an email beforehand for some ideas you might want from the revamp, do it. But put in the subject line like revamp. So don't send an email. You can still send an email for the next one for 85 if you'd like, and Karate Kid if you'd like. But if you want to like give us some ideas for what to do moving forward, do it. Also, tell some friends about it. Hey, there's this cool new pod that's gonna reboot. There's a new rebooting pod coming out called MELLONfights. It's a reboot. It's an old popular pod that they're bringing back. Have you ever heard it? We should listen to the new reboot version of it. And you can send it out.
It's gonna be
We're gonna
bigger and better.
reinvent it. Bigger and better.
Yeah.
This is not a goodbye. This is not
No.
a goodbye at all. Actually, we're still potting
This is a
forever.
we'll see ya. But here are a couple tasty treats while we don't
Yeah, I'm
see ya
gonna put up some special stuff in the next couple of weeks, but you're not gonna hear the two of us together for a couple of weeks, at least two.
live.
We should do a live show. Maybe we come back with a live show, Tara. I did want to do we do want to do a live show, guys. We want to do a little fundraiser. We want to do a live show. So let's talk about that. Anybody got some ideas, some venues, some places to do it? Ideas? Let us know where you think we should do it. Chicago or Madison are the two options. Or that's what we're thinking. So All right. Hey, Tara, stay
All
dry
right.
while you're
Yeah.
in Texas.
Stay dry.
And have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
And ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Melon fights.
Melon fights.
It was so much after me. It's so weird. 69 minutes.